Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Chenny from Gofinger Holdings. I am the product manager of TestRay app inside Jira. Welcome to today's macro webinar. Today, I'd like to talk about executing tests and capturing defect with TestRay. TestRay provides different options to do your test execution. The first one is the most frequently used one is that execute your test from your test plan and test cycle. So now let me just switch to my Jira project and go to my test plans page. And then from unresolved plans, it will list all the test plans which are in progress in the QA team. Expand one of my test plan, and then I want to execute some tests from this round 3 with IE test cycle. Open this. So in the last session, actually, I introduced how to planning and scheduling your tests. So I will skip that part and go directly for the execution. You see in this test cycle, I have total of 8 tests need to be executed. So you can just go this execute button, and then it will launch test keys run or test execution dialog box from where you can finish your test execution. So the first field is the result. You can mark it as failed or passed or whatever result. This result list is configurable. You can configure from configuration page. So let's say one of my tests is failed. So usually for QA team, it is time to capture a defect. So from this defect section, we provide 2 options. One is to link existing defect, and then the second is to create a new defect from this particular test execution. Let's create a new one. Click on this plus icon, and then it will launch create issue dialog box. You see the issue type will be default to defect automatically. Of course, this issue type is configurable. I mean, you can configure your issue types to TestRay defects so that this issue type is accepted in test run. So let's say it is my first defect. You can put some other information like sprint or versions or whatever. Let me make it simple. Just give a summary and then create. Once the creation is done, you see the defect is linked to this execution automatically. So this is how you create a defect from this test execution level. You also can give other information like, let's say you want to upload some logs or evidence or screenshots. You can use browse option and then put some screenshot here. The screenshot will be uploaded as an attachment. And here you can give some additional information. Actually, it is configurable, like instance configuration. So these are the additional execution information. You can also put a comments here. Let's say it is failed today in build 1.0, and then save it. You see now I have updated the result, give the defect, uploaded some attachment, added some additional information, as well as some comments. So let's see, okay, my first test has been done. So if you want to execute the next execution, just go to this next button. You see it switched to the second test execution. This time, I want to execute my test step by step. Scroll down to run steps section. You see I have total of 5 steps. I can put the result like this way, 1 by 1, or I can use this book update option to pass all the steps. In this case, if you scroll down or scroll up, you see the overall result is updated automatically. It is because all the steps are marked as passed. Then definitely the overall result is passed as well. So let's say the 5th step, it is failed. Let me update to failed. And then you say you can add some additional information like there is a bug. Just to make a note. You can leave it as blank or you can put some notes there. So if a step is failed as well, so sometimes we need to capture a defect, right? Same thing, you can link existing defect or you can create a new defect to this particular step. Let me create a new one for the step. Let's say it is the second defect and then create. You see, once the defect is created, the defect is linked to this execution step automatically. Similarly, if the step is failed and you want to upload some evidence, you can use this add attachment icon to put some maybe screenshot or log or whatever information you want. And then you see the attachment has been uploaded here. Now let me close. You see, till now, I have executed 2 tests. Both of them are failed. This is how you, execute detailed steps or do detailed execution from a test case. Sometimes you see the tester is quite familiar with steps or test scenarios. They don't want to, execute step by step or check the detailed execution window. They just want to give a quick result update. We also support that. You can go to here and then give the result, for example, like passed. Or you can choose multiple tests and then use our book operation like all passed. And then you can add some comments like all passed during today's testing, something like that. And then save it, update, close it. Now you see 3 tests have been updated to passed. And here you see the comments I just added or passed during today's testing. So this is the way how you execute your tests and capture defects from test cycle. This is the very traditional way. You have a cycle with a set of tests and then do your assignment to different testers and then execute the tests one by one, put the defects, put the attachment, add some additional execution information as comments. Okay, so the second option to execute your test is to go to your, let's say you are an agile team, so everything needs to be done from requirements level, right? Let's see now, let me just open this requirement, and the QA team have test cases created to test or to cover this particular requirement. How we can do testing from here? So you can simply open this test case from the requirement and then go to this ad hoc test run. So this is a quick execution of your test case. There's no need for you to create a test plan cycle. What you need is to launch your test case and then create an ad hoc test run and then finish your testing quickly and then close it. And a new execution is created from this test case directly. And then you can keep going to go to the second test case and then create a new one. Let's see, this time the test is failed and I want to link an existing defects. You can use this link defects option, search like second defects and then link it and then add a comments found in today's ad hoc testing and then save it and then close it. You see a new record, test has been created from this particular test case and the result is failed, and there's a defect reported against this particular test case. Now let's go back to my requirement to check it again. Refresh my requirement, and then scroll down and expand my test case here. You see here, we have an ad hoc test run panel. It shows the result. You see, this is the one I just executed. This is newly created defects, and here is the time step when the execution is done. So this is the test execution from requirement. Since Jira natively support, Jira software support Agile board, right? Because Agile board is quite clear and using the Agile methodology. So a lot of teams, they are using Agile board to finish daily work. So we also provide an option to execute your test from the board. Let's just open active sprint here. You see, I don't have any test keys or test plan mixed in this board. We just show you a test info panel. If you click on that, it will take you to test results of requirement. All the test cases you created to cover your requirement will be listed here. The latest results you see for the second test case for the test is failed. If you expand it, you see this is when the execution is done. Let's say in this sprint, I want to do some testing for this particular requirement. You can simply click create run link. A new ad hoc test run will be created under this test case. And then you can view and execute your testing like this way. It is blocked. And then let me just link a defect. You see the defect is linked here. Definitely you can put some other information like instance, configuration, comments, or you can execute step by step like this way, block all the steps and then close it. And then close it. If you relaunch this test info panel, you see the test case result has been changed to blocked. This is the latest result. And here is the time step when this execution is done. If you expand it, you see the execution, you just down, and the result is blocked, and defect information is there. So this is the 3 different ways to execute your testing. So if you want to see more, you can keep going to launch your requirement and do traceability, because you have already executed your tests. Then you are able to see the test plan, the tests you just finished, and the defects you reported against this particular test case from this test plan and cycle. So all these information, they are connected together. Yeah, it's pretty much for today's webinar. If you have any question and want to learn more about our TestRay product, feel free to reach out to us at sales@goldfingerholdings.com. Again, thanks for joining, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. Thank you.